And there we go. It is officially confirmed. Thomas Frank is the new manager of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Here is a statement from Spurs. Of course, it was announced at around 8:15 this evening. And of course, the statement goes, "We are delighted to announce the appointment of Thomas Frank as our new head coach on a contract that runs until 2028. Thomas has extensive experience in English football, having joined Brentford in 2016. Since becoming one of the longest serving current managers in the Premier League. During his time at Brentford, he transformed the club, moving them up from the Championship to an established Premier League side, consistently and significantly outperforming expectations for an extended period of time. In Thomas, we are appointing one of the most progressive and initiative head coaches within the game. He has a proven track record in player and squad development, and we look forward to him leading the team as we prepare for the season ahead. Thomas will be joined by Thomas will be joined from Brentford by Justin Cochrane, first team assistant coach, Chris Haslam, head performance and first team assistant coach, and Joe Newton, first team coach analyst, and Andreas Gorgson, first team assistant coach, arriving from Manchester United." So that reads the statement. And of course as well, we have also got Justin Cochrane as well, who of course was, I think, assistant for Thomas Frank at Brentford. Of course, there was a few rumours going around that Justin Cochrane was going to take over Thomas Frank and become the Brentford manager, but we've taken Justin Cochrane with him. We've taken Justin Cochrane as well. But I mean, my reaction to it, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to see how Thomas Frank does, because I think you look at Thomas Frank as a manager, I think he is up there as one of the best in the league. You know, you look at what he's done at Brentford, it's unbelievable. You know, got them out of the Championship, and as the statement said, he made Brentford an established Premier League team. He's got Brentford playing some really good football, and I mean, the season just gone, in particular, Brentford had an absolutely unbelievable season, nearly getting the bees into Europe, which would have been an absolutely fantastic achievement. And the players that he's managed to produce as well is absolutely outstanding. I mean, you've got Brian Mbeumo, who they brought in, who's been an absolute talent. He came in from Troyes, from France, and look what Mbeumo has managed to. And look at Mbeumo now. You've got Johan Visser as well. Who did he come in from? He came in from Lorient. Look what talent he is now. Kevin Schade, especially this season as well with Kevin Schade. He was at Freiburg. Look what he's become now. I mean, the talent that Thomas Frank has produced is unbelievable. Mark Flecken as well, the goalkeeper. I mean, he's just recently gone to Leverkusen, and they got Flecken from Freiburg as well. Like, the players that Thomas Frank has improved on is absolutely unbelievable, and I'm just really, really excited, because if Thomas Frank can manage to develop players and make them one of the best, I mean, especially with the academy graduates we've got, Mikey Moore, for an example. I mean, could you imagine what he could do with Mikey Moore? Mate, that could be a fucking unreal storyline. Thomas Frank and Mikey Moore. That could be absolutely unbelievable. And just as well, you look at the way Thomas Frank plays his football, you know, it's really, really good to watch. Most times I watch Brentford, they play really good. I really like watching Brentford half the time, because they play some really good stuff. You know, they're quite attacking at times defensively, like to be quite compact at the back, and he likes to use the midfield quite a bit as well. He likes to use the midfield quite a bit as well. Yeah, he likes them to get, kind of shift into a bit of a defensive position. But when they get the ball, get the ball and play it to the player out wide, and then make a run to start a counter attack. And I think the style of football Thomas Frank plays with, I think it could work. I think we do have players that it could work with. You've got in the midfield, you've got James Maddison, who can be that pivot, who can start a counter attack. You got the wingers as well, Wilson Odibert, Tell, Son, Johnson. They've got this, like the way Thomas Frank plays, it generally could work. It actually generally really, really could work. It really, really could. Trying to find a tweet I saw earlier about transfers as well, because apparently during the meeting, I think Levy said to Frank that he wanted. I think Levy said to Frank that he wanted him to sign 6 players or something. That's what I'm trying to find now. I don't think I can find it anywhere. But I mean, it's going to be interesting as well now with the transfers. Now, I mean, who are we going to sign? I mean, by looking at the way Frank plays, you'll probably want that pivot of the midfielder, so probably go in for a midfielder, potentially, probably a few wingers, maybe. For me, I'd still go in for a striker, in my opinion. Yes, I know Solanke's good, but I think he needs that little bit of competition. I mean, but people say, oh, Zach, what about Richarlison? I'm just not convinced, really, with Richarlison anymore. In all honesty, I think we need to sell him, in my opinion. I think we need to sign a striker that can give Solanke a bit of competition, in my opinion. But for me, I think going into the transfer window, the transfer window was already active. So, now we just need to sign players now. I think we need to get, I don't know, maybe a defender or two. Or maybe just a defender, just for a backup, for me. Left-sided for me, in particular. From the right side, fine. A backup, left-sided defender for Van der Ven. I think we need a midfielder who's like a creative midfielder. Basically just another James Maddison, really. Probably a winger or two. And probably a striker, in my opinion. I think if that happens, then I think we could be good. I think we could be good. But that's what I do, in my opinion. Backup left-sided centre-half, midfielder, winger or two, and a backup striker. That's what I do, in my opinion. But I'm very excited to see what happens, because I think Thomas Frank is an unbelievable manager. And many other fans, not rival fans, but many other fans that don't support Tottenham are very, they're like, wow, that's a good appointment for Spurs. And it is a good appointment, because Thomas Frank, for me, is a very good manager. He's very passionate on the sideline. He talks a lot. He's very vocal. And I think that's what we kind of... Ange didn't really do that. He wasn't really vocal enough on the touchline. He was just kind of stood there letting the players do their own things. Thomas Frank won't do that. He will be barking instructions at them. And I think we need a manager that can, we just need a manager that will bark instructions, get the team playing the football that the manager wants to play, and not just the manager standing there letting the players do what they want. But just overall, I'm really looking forward to this. And plus, we've got a set-piece coach as well. I think we took Brentford's set-piece coach, so hopefully we can actually be better at set-pieces, especially defending them. Because defending set-pieces, we are awful. But, Frank's first game, Frank's first game will obviously be pre-season. I think his first game will be that game against Arsenal. Yeah, it is. Thomas Frank's first game will be on the 31st of July in a pre-season friendly against Arsenal. But then his proper first big test is obviously the Super Cup against PSG on the 13th of August. But 31st of July, we will be there. The new era, Thomas Frank era. And I'm looking forward to this. And hopefully, for once, Daniel Levy, please, I'm asking you now. Just back him. Please back him, because you've appointed one of the best managers in the league. So please back him. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.